Today, we're going to be making sugar cookies. It starts with 1 cup of butter. So this should be room temperature or softened butter. If it's not soft enough, you're just going to take a spoon and beat it until it's soft. Get some stuff out of the way here. I didn't bowl all my ingredients this time. I've just got it all left out here so you can see the whole process. Of course I would want you all to see the process here. Now I could get out the old mixer again. I guess it's not the old mixer, the brand new mixer. Now to make this a little easier to work with, I'm going to add some of the wet ingredients now, starting with the beaten eggs, or we can just mush them in there and beat them as we're doing it. So 1 right there, and we'll mix that in together. It doesn't want to mix. It's really, the warmer you have this butter, the better. I mean, I suppose I could have thrown it in the microwave for a minute or two to soften it up. This has been out for a good hour, hour and a half, and it's still fairly firm. But anyway, not many people do this. This particular recipe, it gives a really interesting kick to these cookies. It's not, you can't really taste the lemon much. You can just taste 1.5 of lemon juice. Okay. And once again, get her going. And yes, I am going to get the mixer out for this afterwards. The whisk attachment is sitting right beside me there. But I want to break up the lumps as much as possible before you do that. So the biggest thing you need to remember about when you're making this particular sugar cookie recipe is once you finish making it, the dough is going to be very soft, and you'd be tempted to work with it right then, but that's not what you want to do. Once you get this all combined and you have that really soft dough, you want to actually put it back in the fridge for a while, in the refrigerator, to let it firm up. Otherwise, it is going to be a nightmare to try and peel cookies off to get them onto the cookie sheet after you've got them with the cookie cutter. I think we could say cookie a couple more times. Cookie, cookie, cookie. 1, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And a teaspoon of salt. 1. And we're going to start the blending. Oh yeah, that worked so well. Anyway, so I'm going to add the sugar next. 1 cup of sugar. We're going to combine that. And that's when you're going to start seeing the ingredients all go together and it go from lumpy to dough-like. Ah! Okay, you can see a flaw in that particular thing. It would be better if I had the beater attachment rather than the whisk attachment for it. But having done that, now this is actually combining down quite nicely. One 2. So there's 2.5. Okay, you see it's getting slightly doughy consistency, but we're going to have to just start folding it in by hand. You think, couldn't I use a mixer or couldn't I use a spoon? Mixer and spoon tend to flow this all over. If you use your hands and just do it slowly, you're going to get everything mixed without shooting flour all over the place. And that's kind of important at this point, to not make a mess if you can help it. As you work this through, you will start to be able to feel it turn into a dough consistency rather than the gooey consistency that it was at the start. And as I said, you would be tempted to think, okay, I can roll this out and start making cookies with it. But it will not serve you well to do that. So you might want to even, at this point, pick it up and grab this stuff at the bottom there that you can see is a little bit heavier on the flour. And put that on top and then fold it in and keep working it. You'll know you've got your dough right when it starts to stick to itself rather than sticking to the bowl. As you're seeing now, it's like all the stuff on the edges of the bowl is clumping back together with the dough rather than sticking to the bowl, which is when you know you've pretty much got it right. So we're going to put a lid on that, put that in the refrigerator for half an hour or so it can firm up. The dough has had a chance to firm up. As you can see, it's rather much stiffer. It's ready, it's firmer now, it's ready to roll out. So here's a tip I just got from Gina, the mistress of the house, who said that instead of spreading flour on when you're rolling out, spread icing sugar. You get the same thing, but then you don't get that drying out of your dough. So we're going to try that. We're going to try it right now as we get some. I mean, it feels the same as flour. And we're going to sprinkle that out. And then I'm going to grab a hunk of this dough. Oh, man. Firmed up. It sure has. It's been talking to Arnold about supplements. It's so firm. Okay. Push that down. Now, before you get started, think, okay, now roll it out. Don't roll it out. I'm going to flip it over. Do the same thing to the other side because this dough really quickly becomes sticky. And it will stick to your rolling pin, giving you a great deal of the agita. For the fact that this is under the gamer's table thing, we're going to use the Meeple cookie cutter for the first few anyway. So, boom. Try to maximize your meeplage. You can just lift that off. Whoops. That meeple's got a broken arm. Yeah, somebody probably forced him to play Catan, and he decided he'd rather take his own life. And as this dough warms up, it's going to become more difficult to work with. So you want to do this, jiffy quick, if you can. The nice thing about these I have found is that they don't really stick all that much when you're baking them. So they actually pop off the baking sheet fairly quickly. You don't have to flour or butter the pan at all. You just got to pop them in. Leave a bit of space between them. So there, these are going to go 6 to 8 minutes, depending. Do not wait for them to brown. They're not going to brown up. Soup tureen, Ben Vereen, shrink to the size of a lima bean. Yeah, where's that from, huh? Do you know? Do you? Actually, it was Charlie Sheen, Ben Vereen, shrank to the size of a lima bean. But we don't have a Charlie Sheen here. I don't have a Tiger Blood or Raving Lunatic. Okay, it has been 8 minutes, and the first round of cookies, first 2 trays should be done. So I'm going to haul those out of the oven. And I know you're going to look and say, hey, those aren't done. Those aren't browned or anything yet. That's what these cookies are supposed to look like. They don't brown. If you leave them till they brown, you have burned them horribly, and you need to report to the Reen Education Center. Anyway, there they are. So we're going to leave those to cool for a minute. Ideally, you want to take them off with a spatula, put them on a wire rack and let them cool down that way. But I don't happen to have a wire rack handy or a spatula at this time. But anyway, that's how you make these sugar cookies. I'm going to leave decorating ideas. Decorating? Going to keep them decorated. I'm going to leave decorating ideas up to you guys. So there you go. That's how you make sugar cookies. If you want to make them for a holiday or just for some sort of gaming get-together when the guys are coming over, when the guys and girls, when the people are coming over of every denomination and what the hell ever.
Oh, hi, you caught me in between recipes here. Just wanted to be a couple things to show you. So how about like this? That's right. Now we have Cooking with Greg merch for you to get. Hey, maybe I'm thirsty. I could use something. That's not it. That's the trophy for winning 4th place in the provincial Works Canadian Master Chef. Well, I suppose you could drink out of that, but really, put that over there. So really, I could use something to drink. Look at that! We have glasses too! So, now you finish watching the video, head on over to the merch store and pick up some stuff and represent. Do it! See you next time.
So we've got asterisk. I suppose it's supposed to be a snowflake. Excited ghost. Star. You can't really make anything funny out of that one, unfortunately. Whale with issues. Or snowman. Christmas ornament. I guess you really can't. Bloated snowman. Maybe, I don't know. Big Bird. Raggedy Andy. No comment. Forklift. Santa hat. Still, forklift. Seal on a sled. Or no, I'm pretty sure seal on a sled is the only you can get out of that. Evergreen, because we're non-denominational here. Soup tureen. Here we go. Frankenstein. Squarehead. No. Frankenstein's girlfriend. That one. Okay, I hadn't thought of that one ahead of time. Poorly designed hammer. Moose with a problem. Explosive diarrhea duck. I don't know. Gingerbread man. Okay, that one's kind of pretty obvious what it is. Sock. Boot. Mitten. Homer Simpson in profile. Okay, I got room for maybe one more. J. B. J. Okay. And there's one more. Gingerbread ghost. Gingerbread girl.